Do you remember Medal of Honor? Once a titan in the FPS genre, a game series that transported us to the battlefields of World War II with an unmatched cinematic intensity. Before Call of Duty took over, before Battlefield redefined large-scale combat, Medal of Honor was the name in historical shooters. But what happened? How did a franchise that once set a gold standard for World War II shooters fade into obscurity? Well, today we're gonna take a deeper dive into the rise, fall, and legacy of Medal of Honor. The year was 1999. The FPS genre was still in its early days. Games like GoldenEye 007 was king on consoles, and Half-Life had just revolutionized storytelling in shooters. But then came Medal of Honor. A game that dared to do something different. Developed by DreamWorks Interactive and spearheaded by none other than Steven Spielberg, Medal of Honor aimed to capture the intensity of World War II with a level of authenticity rarely seen in video games at the time. Inspired by Spielberg's work on Saving Private Ryan, the game puts you in the boots of Jimmy Patterson, a soldier tasked with completing dangerous, often covert operations in Europe during the height of World War II. It was cinematic, tense, and filled with historical details that immersed players in the era like never before. And it set the stage for a franchise that would define World War II shooters for years to come. The game's stealth mechanics were ahead of its time. Players had to be patient and thoughtful, using cover and strategy to avoid being detected. It wasn't just about the number of enemies you shot, it was about completing your objectives and staying alive. The early 2000s were Medal of Honor's golden age. In 2002, Allied Assault released on PC, and to say it was groundbreaking would be an understatement. With its realistic environments, sophisticated AI, and intense combat scenarios, it set a new standard for military shooters. What made Allied Assault so special wasn't just its gameplay, it was how it made players feel like they were genuinely part of the war effort. The game managed to humanize the soldiers and the struggles they faced. Then came Frontline. It was released again in 2002 on consoles, which brought the same cinematic experience to a wider audience. It had a stirring orchestral soundtrack, thrilling missions, and a powerful sense of historical weight. EA kept the momentum going with Rising Sun, released in 2003, which explored the Pacific Theater, and European Assault, released in 2005, which introduced more open-ended gameplay and squad mechanics. At this point, Medal of Honor was on top of the world. But something changed. By the mid-2000s, the FPS landscape was shifting. Call of Duty, which ironically was developed by many of the original Allied Assault's devs, was rising fast. Call of Duty 2, released in 2005, and Modern Warfare, released in 2007, redefined the genre with faster pacing, multiplayer innovations, and a move towards modern conflicts. Meanwhile, Medal of Honor struggled to keep up. Pacific Assault, released in 2004, was solid but didn't make waves. Medal of Honor Airborne, released in 2007, tried something new with its parachuting mechanics but failed to compete with the juggernaut that Call of Duty had become. By the time Medal of Honor 2010 attempted to reboot the series by shifting to Modern Warfare, it was too little too late. The game lacked the personality and innovation it needed to stand out. Its sequel, Medal of Honor Warfighter, released in 2012, was even a bigger misfire, receiving poor reviews and effectively killing the franchise. After nearly a decade of silence, Medal of Honor returned in 2020 as a VR game. Now don't get me wrong, the game is actually really fun to play, but unfortunately due to the art style, it looks very outdated. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond was developed by Respawn Entertainment, but its high system requirements and clunky execution left it dead on arrival. It was a sad end to a franchise that once ruled the FPS genre. But despite its downfall, Medal of Honor left a legacy. It paved the way for modern cinematic shooters. It inspired Call of Duty, Battlefield, and many others. And for those of us who grew up with storming the Omaha Beach or sneaking through enemy lines, it remains a cherished memory of a time when World War II shooters ruled the gaming world. So, will Medal of Honor ever return? Well, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, those who played it will never forget it. It taught us that video games can be more than entertainment. They can be a medium for storytelling, for remembering history, and for understanding the human experience in the most trying of times. I would love to hear from you guys down below in the comments. What were your memories with Medal of Honor? And as always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support on the videos, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.